welcome to Radio Friends on Wednesday, August the 2nd. Pleasure to have you with us. Today we're going to talk about COU, Columbia Regional Airport. And the airport has been growing leaps and bounds. As of yesterday, we have another airline that is flying into Columbia. And we have Mike Parks with us from the city of Columbia. You are the airport manager at Columbia Regional Airport.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Yes.
good to have you with us today.
Thank you very much.
Now, yesterday, August the 1st, United Airlines took the first leap into Columbia with the Chicago flight. And you're going to have... 2 flights a day to Chicago with United and 1 to Denver.
That's correct. So
and then you've got American Airlines, which has...
We have 2 flights to Chicago and 2 flights to Dallas with American.
Yeah. Now, this really is a big step for Columbia Regional Airport to have another major airline in here. It's almost like it puts us on the map with a great big star on it now. You've got 2 of the biggest airlines in the country flying into Columbia.
We have connections to the rest of the world. I mean, there's, you have the options of a different airline other than American now. You have the options of using United and, of course, more destination.
Yeah. Now, many people I know would drive to St. Louis or to Kansas City to catch their flight, because we didn't have the variety here in Columbia. But when you factor in, even if the fares, and I've been checking the fares, and the fares are really very, very competitive in Columbia and St. Louis and Kansas City. But when you factor in the fact that you don't have to drive 150 miles or 180 miles, you've saved money right there.
Well, you have, and also the safety of not being able, or not having to take I-70 all the way to St. Louis or Kansas City. You factor in free parking. You're only steps away from the front door. There's benefit after benefit.
That free parking.
Yeah.
That free parking at Columbia Regional Airport. You mean to tell me that if you're going to fly out of Columbia, and let's say you're going to Europe, or you're going to Hawaii, or you're going to Asia, you're going to be gone for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, you can leave that car there and it's not going to be towed away. You're not going to pay anything.
No, absolutely not. We get questions all the time that say that they're going to be out of town on an extended vacation. The only thing that we ask is anything above about 10 days, you notify the public safety office at the airport that's there 24 hours a day to let them know that your car is going to be there an extended period of time. But there's no charge. It's free parking. There's officers on duty all the time watching out for your car and making sure that everything's safe out there. So
that's really hard to believe, but I'm taking your word for it. The free parking, no matter how long you're gone.
It's a great benefit.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
That's a huge
But
perk.
now I haven't been out to the airport. I've been out to Columbia Regional Airport for a while, but you have expanded on to the parking now, right?
We have, of course, the main parking lots are not enough for the capacity that we have. So far in 2017, we've increased our capacity, or increased our passengers, both flying in and flying out, over 13,000 passengers additional this year, just with American alone. That's not throwing in United.
13,000 from last year?
From last year, during the same time period, through the end of June, we've had over 13,000 more passengers flying in and out of Columbia with only American Airlines. So with that in mind, we expanded parking. We went from 650 parking spaces, all free, to over 900 parking spaces, which are also still all free.
Okay, now with United flying in, are those 900 spaces going to be enough?
Well, I think we're always looking at continuing to expand. Right now, I think that we have enough capacity to take care of what we have for passengers with American and United. However, we're continuing to look at additional areas that we could build more parking lots.
Okay, but no matter where you park, you're within walking distance of the terminal. You don't need to take a tram, right?
No. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Columbia is, we're still a regional airport. And we still have that close proximity to the terminal. You'll walk into the terminal. You don't have those long waiting lines, and you have a lot of friendly people there to be able to help you out.
What about the security check-in at Columbia Regional Airport?
So you have the pre-check offerings, I guess, from TSA as well.
If you have the TSA pre-check, does that still work at Columbia Regional Airport?
It does. That'll keep you from, you don't have to take your shoes off, don't have to take your belt off, and there's a few benefits to the pre-check that make things move a little bit faster.
My question is, how are you going to handle you've got a flight at 5:30 in the morning, which that's United that goes to Chicago. Then you've got American at 6 o'clock that goes to Chicago. Then you've got, listen, I mean, this is Columbia Regional Airport. Then at the same time at 6 o'clock, you got another United flight that's going to Denver. So within a half-hour period, you've got 3 flights that are leaving Columbia Regional Airport. I mean, that's like big city stuff.
It is, and we've got a Dallas flight going out at 6:20.
So, and a Dallas flight going at 6:20.
So, you know, it's all about working with the airlines. So we recently met just a few days ago. We brought in both the airlines and TSA. We all sit down and kind of discussed on how we're going to be bringing the passengers through, staggering the security line. So if the first flight's out is with United going to Chicago, then of course those passengers will go through first. A lot of it is just communicating with the passengers. You'll see me out there at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning each morning, making sure until things start running smoothly.
Oh, so you're working the lines too?
I will not be doing the security, but I'll be out there to help. You know, and you know, I guess I can't stress that enough. That's probably one of the biggest benefits to Columbia is that we're all in this together, and there's a lot of employees out there that are willing to help. If people have questions and things like that, of course the free parking is a huge benefit. But maybe when you come back after a winter storm and you've noticed that your car has been blown off, there's no snow left on it, or someone's willing to help you get into your car and things like that, or a jump start. Those are some of the things that we do for the passengers in Columbia that you won't get that everywhere else.
No,
so.
it's that hometown feel.
It
It's
is.
a hometown feel, and the fact that it's our own local airport and it's now growing. We're almost out of time, but what do you see 2 years from now? Do you see more airlines coming in?
Well, we are always looking at additional destinations. We're talking to other airlines. We recently went went to a conference and discussed with other airlines different potential destinations and things that people are requesting. So I think that's always in the future, of course, based on the amount of room that we have with our current facility.
And the traffic load.
Sure,
too.
absolutely.
And the traffic load.
Yeah.
Mike Parks, thank you so much for coming by.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it. The General Manager of Columbia Regional Airport, and of course he always wants to say, remember, fly COU.
That's right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Pleasure
very much.
having you here. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Handling all of those passengers coming and going from Columbia. We're out of time for today. Tomorrow we're going to talk about voting rights, the new voting law, and a quilt show that's coming to Fayette. If there's something that you would like to hear or see, I would love to hear from you. Drop me an email. That's pepperp@missouri.edu, and have yourself a good day.